In this EZBoard tutorial, we're going to create an EZBoard with a list of items. So we're going to start by creating a new board. So we're going to click on Create a Board. And this time we're going to go ahead and name it with a list of events. So I'm going to go ahead and create a back to school night list of events. So I'll type back to school. Go ahead and click Save. And now I want to go ahead and size this to a section that I have in my layout. So I'm going to change the dimensions to the appropriate size. In this case, it would be 1200 by 800. I've already chosen a background that I want to use for this. So I'm going to go into my computer and choose the file that I want to use as my background. Once I've done that, go ahead and click Save. And now everything has resized to the way I wanted it. So now I'm going to go into field details. I'm going to create the 3 different fields that I'm going to use. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and create is going to be my title. Second one I'm going to go ahead and create is actually going to be the events. And the last one that I'm going to create is the times. So now that I have those 3 sections, I'm going to go ahead and resize them. So the first thing I'm going to do is position them where I want them. I'll start off with the title. And remember that you can always reposition these and resize them as you go. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and put the events field the way that I want it, following with the times. Once I've done that, I'll click Save. And we can start to add content. First one that I'm going to work with is the title. So I'm going to open up my design. And I'm going to type in the title to this board. Welcome to Back to School Night. Now keep in mind that you always want to change the sizing of the font. In this case, I'm also going to go ahead and change the font type. So for this one, I believe I'm going to use a 26 or 24 font size. Now I'm going to change the coloring to make it look like it is a whiteboard. Go ahead and make it bold, italic. And for this, since it's a title, I'm going to go ahead and align it to the center. One thing I want to do here also is that I want to do some animation. So I'm going to click on my animation tab, and to animate in, I'm going to choose from the drop down menu to fade in. Now I have to choose how long after I want it to fade in, so after 1 second. Once I've done that, I go ahead and save and apply pending updates. You always want to refresh the preview to see how it looks before you continue. So let's see what it comes out like. Now I see that night is cut off, so we can go ahead and take care of that very quickly by going back into design and changing the dimensions of that field. So I'll save it, and that should be able to take care of it. So while we wait on that, we're going to start working on events. Now I'm going to do something we haven't done before. I'm going to change my field type from normal to list of events. What this is going to do is it's going to allow me to create multiple entries into the same field, be able to change them just like if I had a list going down with different items in it. I'll show you right now, but before we do that, we want to make sure that we change everything we want for that field. So the font type, the size, and also the coloring. So go with a blue here as well. And I'm actually going to align this to the left, so that way it's all the way to the edge. Now I want to go ahead and do some animation on this also. So I'm going to go into animation, and I'm going to have this one come in from the left. And since I want it to come in after my back to school night title, I'm going to go ahead and have it come in after 2 seconds. So I'll save that. Apply the pending updates. And refresh. What you're going to see is that whole field disappears. Now while that happens, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to my time field. Remember, you want to go ahead and do the list of items and then select all the different parameters you want for your font. So the font type, the sizing, coloring, if you want to align it to a specific portion of the screen, to the center, to the left, to the right. You can also go ahead and do the thickness, the spacing, and the sharpness of the text. For us, we're just going to go ahead and align this. I'm going to do the animation as well for this one. Same thing after 2 seconds. I'm going to save, update pending updates, and I'm going to refresh it. Just going to double check that everything is the same on the second one, just like the third. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on the name of our EZBoard, and it's going to bring us to how we can add entries to our list of items. And as you can see, if you click on it, it's going to greet you with add new items. So I'm going to go ahead and add items to this, or I can create new events and times. So I'll add 3. And now I'm going to start typing in the content that I want to show. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and type in would be for this back to school night, what would come in the beginning. So let's say we had a meeting in the auditorium. So I'll go ahead and type that in. And now you can also set dates and times for each individual item on your list. And what that'll do is it'll schedule it so it can come in and out during the appropriate time. So now in the time section, I'm going to add the times in which the presentation in the auditorium will take place. Now these are items that you can go in and change at any time without having to go into the edit and design section of EZBoard. So if you have a department that you don't want to have to go in and design EZBoards, you can create an EZBoard with a list of items to be able to do things like events, menu boards, anything that would require just quick editing just by changing the text. So just data entry essentially. So we'll go ahead and make the second one parent-teacher meetings. And we'll go ahead and type in the time within when the meetings will take place as well. Now this is a great tool because instead of having to use PowerPoint and bring in the PowerPoint if you have a Windows machine, or also just converting the PowerPoint to a video or images, you can create it inside of EZBoard, make the animation, and it's local. So now the third field, I'm going to go ahead and make it the ending. So dinner / the end of back to school night. Now if at any time you get lost, please restart the video, go back to the point where you got lost in the video, and rewatch it. Now we're going to go ahead and type in the time for this as well. So it's going to be from 8 p.m. to 8:30. And now we have our 3 sections. So I'll go ahead and save it. And I'm going to use the preview tab. I don't even have to go to edit and design. I can just go to preview, and it's going to bring up a pop-up with what I just created. So in the moment we're going to see the EZBoard with animation the way we made it. So just like that, we've created an EZBoard with a list of items. Please go ahead and rewatch this video if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to give us a call. And please go ahead and watch the rest of our videos that we have for EZBoard. Thank you very much.